talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. Lakers and Wolves. On the Lakers side. Okay, on the Lakers side. Excuse me. Like you said, baby. First of all, they tried a few times, but they just weren't successful. You gotta cook Rudy Gobert, bro. Like, you gotta bring him out on the island and cook him. There's multiple times when Rudy Gobert he had his own with Bron and Austin Reeves. Luka was cooking him though. But you're right. LeBron James was too laid back in game one. He waited too late to try to get aggressive. But I thought when he did try to get aggressive, he wasn't successful at it. This is when Luka wasn't in the game. And this is when the Timberwolves started to make their run, I think. LeBron was trying to be aggressive. You know, Rudy Gobert was I think he blocked a shot one time. Like, Rudy Gobert had good defense. It was somebody else, too. Was it, I forgot who else was it. I can't even think, y'all. That's off the top of my head. But there were times when LeBron tried to get aggressive, but he just wasn't successful at it. The Timberwolves did a good job. They were real physical. They were the more physical team in game one. I thought Luka did a good job scoring-wise. But Luka is going to give you stuff, you know, defensively. He's going to lose. Now, they didn't attack Luka either. They wasn't really attacking Luka like that. Like, I was thinking that they were going to attack Rudy Gobert. Hold on, let me read this. He got to be aggressive and Reeves back to getting tossed around. Yes. Bro, when I saw him guarding Julius Randle, oh my gosh. Hey. They had Austin Reeves guarding Anthony Edwards. It's funny because at the beginning of the game, Anthony Edwards mic'd up. And they doing the jump ball. Anthony Edwards said, "You got me?" He said, "Yeah." He just looked away like, they tripping. Like, he got Austin Reeves on me? Like, what the heck? Bruh, but Austin Reeves wasn't doing much either offensively. He had his moments, but he wasn't the third option Reeves that everybody is blowing about, which he is. Like, he's a legit scorer. But the reason why Minnesota Timberwolves won this game is because, yeah, Bron definitely going to judge. Bron, I think in game one, he lose a lot in game ones. It's just a chess match. But the reason why the Timberwolves won this game is because, I mean, whoever they put in front of Anthony Edwards, he just beat him off the triple every single time. And then every time he got to the basket, the defense collapsed, and then it's an open three. Whoop. He was making good passes, too. Like, I got to give Anthony Edwards credit. He initiated everything. And by the time he got hurt and got the game, the Timberwolves were already in rhythm. Nas Reed hit a few threes. Mike Conley hit when Mike Conley hit that pull-up in transition, and then Anthony Edwards hit a pull-up after that, when Bron gambled, it was over after that. It was over after that. As always, Ron, but the Wolves not to be played with. They young and they going to shoot, especially when they up. Bro, look. Let me tell you, if the Wolves can pull this series off, Anthony Edwards, bro, we got to give him a ton of credit. We talking about in his young career, he put out KD and Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, which is not a lot, you know, but he swept them, though. He put out Jokic last year, Jamal Murray, and he could put out Luka and Bron. That'd be crazy, bro. That would be crazy. Luka pushed you out last year, and then you put them out. That's crazy. But yeah, man, like Anthony Edwards was just like going, like, we're just blowing past everybody, man. They had Austin Reeves on him. Like, I couldn't believe that. But I mean, Vandy don't really play that much. Minutes, because he's not a 3-point shooter. I know y'all want to stretch the floor out. He'd probably be the best one for him, even though he can't stay in front of him either. Anthony Edwards is just so quick. You know what I mean? So he kept blowing past whoever it was, and he was just finding an open man. Like, he was throwing dimes. And they were cashing out, including Julius Randle. Julius Randle was also making some good passes too. Like, they actually, even though Julius Randle was turning the ball over a lot, but they played well, man. They was confident. In that second quarter, when they stole the lead and they got on that run, and it went to halftime, and they came out on an 11-0 run to start the quarter, I'm like, dang, it was over after that. And then, let's read what we said. All right, let me read that again. Hold on. As always, Von with the wood. Yeah, they're gonna be played with. That's right. They got y'all. They gonna shoot y'all, especially when they up. They gonna shoot them threes. You know, Anthony Edwards led the league in most threes made. That's what he said himself. Oh, he actually said that? Oh, you saying that's what he probably said to himself? He named them and then recently said he wanna out. Oh yeah. Okay. Put Brian out. Oh, let's get it. Max needs minutes. Also, man, yeah. Like, see, that was a tough loss for the Lakers. Now all the pressure is on LA to win tonight. Well, tomorrow night. And what I like about Anthony Edwards is, in this press conference, they asked Julius Randle, how do you feel about people that picked the Lakers after winning the game? Woo. And Anthony Edwards like, they still gonna pick the Lakers. Cool, we're not supposed to be here. Like, he basically putting all the pressure on the Lakers. He's not trying to throw no pressure on the Timberwolves. He's just deflecting like, yo, we're not supposed to be here. Cool. He gonna play that role. Even if they were to go up 3-0, he would still have that mindset throughout the whole playoffs, because you don't want to. He's showing signs of a guy who I can see winning the championship, because his first year he went against Ja and he went crazy, and then in the first game, and he said, man, it's like a regular game. And then they gave up 2 20-point leads in the same game, which is crazy. And they ended up losing that series, and he was heated in the press conference. Heated. But then, again, last year, they go in there and they beat the Denver Nuggets. And remind you, Lakers fans, don't forget, Timberwolves beat the Nuggets twice in Denver, then turned around and lost 2 at home in Minnesota. So just because they won game 1, and they possibly can win game 2, doesn't mean it's over, because they did this last year to the Nuggets and turned around and lost 2 straight at home. You know, so let's keep that in mind. But beat the Nuggets, and then he started talking too early. I want to guard Kyrie. You know, he too loose. You know what I mean? And then they get done 4-1. So he's learning. You can tell he's in a mindset where, man, every game counts, and this is serious business. It's playoff basketball. We're not going to add no pressure to our guys. We're going to continue to stay humble. I'm going to continue to praise my guys. He said Jaden McDaniels is my favorite player, and Naj Reid is my second. You know, Jaden McDaniels is the MVP. Jalen McDaniels. I keep saying Jaden McDaniels. All right, shout out to my boy JD5. But that game, the Lakers gotta win game 2. Like I said, they don't have to, but all the pressure is on them to win game 2. Obviously, they lost game 1. Facts. He learned the game and how to use the media. Yeah, how to use the media. They gonna come out, shoot, and watch. You talking about? Are you talking about the Lakers or the Wolves? You know, the Wolves gonna come out like they're not gonna be scared, but the Lakers need to slow the game down, though. The Wolves want to play fast. Instead of them begging him in to say crazy stuff, he learned from last year. Yep. Last year comments. Facts, baby. But the Lakers need to slow the game up, slow the pace up, because, I mean, like in the half court, you want to play half court game with them. Well, either way, I mean, y'all might just have to let Anthony Edwards drop 40. Just let him cook. You know, don't get nobody else in rhythm. Let him cook. If he gonna cook y'all, he gonna cook y'all. Yeah, y'all got multiple guys. Y'all got Luka, bro. Like, Luka can match Anthony Edwards scoring. Y'all got Luka. So, yeah, they all gonna come out shooters. The Lakers got Luka. So, like, if I'm the Lakers, bro, I am not, like, extra helping for... Nah. Let Anthony Edwards score 45 to beat 50 to beat us. He gonna have to. I'm not about to say and let Naj Reid, Mike Conley, you know, McDaniels, you know, I'm not gonna let these dudes, Nikhil Alexander, I'm not gonna let these dudes get comfortable. No, nah, we gonna make sure y'all don't beat us. Anthony Edwards gonna have to beat us himself. Yeah, so facts, Bron gonna have to come out like he in the Miami. In the Miami days, that was prime athleticism LeBron. We talking about both sides of the floor. So, but let him shoot. I don't know what JJ was thinking last game. JJ Redick said we were ready mentally, but we weren't ready physically. I was like, okay. I guess. You know what I mean? I get it. I mean, I'm curious to hear all of his press conferences throughout the series, throughout the playoffs. Tell you the truth, I'm curious to hear all of them. But although it was a really good, entertaining thing to see, like this, when them threes were falling, I was like, they were in a groove. And then when Ant put up for basically almost a logo and he made it, I was like, yeah, bro, like they just not missing. Nas Reed was cashing out late in the shot clock. I was like, dog, they just not. They just not. It's their game. You feel me? So shout out to the Timberwolves. They deserve that W. They earned that. They earned it. So shout out to them, man. But I have to go to another game. We just. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button, no matter what you're listening to or watching it. Hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.